Welcome back to another Bit Legends video. Today we are going to do a legendary fusion. So I'm excited, been doing a lot of farm, a lot of push, as you can probably see, based on what's going on with the character. 74, quality 7 gear. Maybe we'll talk about in another video, but today we're going to do a fusion. We're going to do this legendary right here. Boom, Pioneer. So let's take a look at Pioneer. Pioneer is the best legendary heal all monster fusion that we have seen. I like him because he's got the heal all right there. Attack power to closest enemy. Pretty straightforward on the skills. 2 SP target. So I like him for heal all because you have a 5-man team in all content, so you get a lot of value out of that. In the future, I want to pair him with Pharaoh. Pharaoh, in my opinion, thus far is the best single target healer. Let's see, am I getting that right? Yeah, right there. Attack power to the target enemy. So he's got a 1 SP single target heal, and then over here he's got a furthest. So there you go, decent stats. But anyways, today we're talking about Pioneer. So to make Pioneer, Extinction, we've already done that. Mech Chief, this took me literally 2 days to farm, oh my goodness. And then Armored Golem, you definitely want to go for this one if you are in the early game. If you want more info on what fusions to go for early, you want to go to the Discord. I'll try to remember to put it in the description. We've got an archive going up there that's going to explain how to make all these guys and where to get everything, and so let us get to it. So the only guy that I haven't fused yet is Mech Chief. This took me forever. One update is that since you see that the component monsters that go into this is from Zone 2, number 12, and this is from Zone 3, number 8. You don't have to farm just 3-8. You can farm any dungeon that you want to do in Zone 3 or Zone 2, not just these, and that will drop the Mech Chief. So that's nice because you get more variety if you want to go from a different familiar. Obviously I have 5 of these, so I kind of got sick of farming them and I wanted to farm a different guy. The downside is that each dungeon has a bigger pool of these blueprints. So you're fighting a bigger blueprint issue, and also you can still get duplicate blueprints, which doesn't help you at all. So it's a bigger pool. So if you really want to wait and hold off on your farm, then let's just fuse this while I'm talking. You might want to wait until they do something. Maybe they make it so you can't get duplicate blueprints anymore, and that might make it easier for you to get what you want. So Mech Chief, this is the boy right here. Hopefully I have enough gold to actually do this video. I'm not really looking to use this guy, although he would be a decent DPS. Then let's go back to legendary fusions. Boom, I do have enough gold. The reason I have so much gold, and this is quite a lot of gold, is because literally 2 days farming Mech Chief. Oh my goodness. But here we go. My first legendary, Pioneer. Our powers combined, here we are. You're also noticing that there's no music on this video. I had the in-game music on the last video, and then YouTube copyright claimed it, so it's pretty funny. But here we go. Let's see. Attack, closest enemy, 1 SP heal all. So this, in my opinion, is the best heal all fam that we have found thus far. As far as the composition, since you have a 5-man team, I want to have 1 familiar or 1 fusion that has heal all, and then 1 fusion that has heal target. So that'll be Pharaoh. Hopefully I'll be doing him in the next couple days here. And then the rest will be tank and DPS, just depending on what your character is. But he's got a 1 SP attack power to the closest enemy, 2 SP to the target enemy, attack power to the closest enemy. I honestly would have gone for Pharaoh first, but I had everything for this guy ready to go except for the schematic that took me forever. I had all the familiars just from pushing through, and I really don't suggest using gems on familiars. But there you go. That's the boy. Let me see if I have something I can run. So I need to run that. 7 is pretty difficult. Hopefully I can do it. And yeah, so that was with you. 7 is the highest I can do because I'm in tier 7 right now. Let's do 5 tickets to get it done. Let's see what auto does for me. So Zeno Priest is like +7 or +8, and his total stats are quite high. I'm actually going to kick everybody off my team just to show you how the total, difficulty clicking, how the total stats. So I'm a tank, I'm going to be in front. So Zeno Priest is right under my legendary. That's how high his total stats are. He is a regular green. He is not a fusion, but he's +8 or +7. So I think the strategy, if I was to suggest to anybody early on, is find some greens that you really like, and consider plus 10ing them, stabling them plus 10, because you're going to get the equivalent of legendary stats out of them. They're not going to have the great bonuses, they're not going to have the cool skills, but that is a strategy that I'd kind of look into. But whatever, we'll figure it out. Okay, so those are 2 of my healers. I don't have any more healers. There we go. So that's a fusion, and this is a fusion. I'll click on Iron Fist while we're here. Actually, let's go back so I can talk about these. This is, I believe, a raid 1. He's from raid 1. He is not a fusion. I just stabled him plus 2 just because I had them just from grinding raid 1 a lot. He does go into another familiar that we'll be seeing in the future. So I actually wouldn't suggest fusing anybody until you get to legendary stage, other than the greens I talked about, but I just need a little bit of extra push. And then the same story, not with Iron Fist, the same story with the Lava Guy. He's also from raid 1. I stabled him, I think plus 1 or plus 2. I think he's plus 2, just because I need that extra little push, but again, I wouldn't suggest that. And then Iron Fist, I think he's the best tank right now. There is a legendary block tank in raid 1 that maybe we'll talk about, but I don't like his skills. His stats are kind of This guy is cheaper, easier. He's got 45 blocks, so that actually makes him a better tank than me. He's got a ton of stamina, low agility. I like it. 1 SP heals self, so he's got a self-sustain. A lot of times, even if you're a tank player, you will not have a weapon with self-sustain. So you're going to rely on your pet, if anything. And then he's got a target enemy, so he's going to be good for PvP as well. So I like that. Let's put him in the back. So I just lost 2 of my healers, and these are other. This geek is plus 2, so it kind of shows you how much total stats. The geek plus 2 will have less total stats than a fusion epic, but he'll have more total stats than an epic that is not fused. So these are my epics that are not fused. I could actually put Ace Mech on here or Ninja if I was worried about healing. But all right, there's Bop. What's up, Bop? Dude, I'm recording a video, man. There we go. Iron Fist. Boom. Let me just double check. Okay, yeah, we're recording. God, I thought I just did this while recording. I do like the little indicator, the little auto telling me that I have a higher total stats team, so if I put Zeno on there, but this is where we're going. So I got a tank in the back. There's a lot of attack furthest, and I can swap around if I start getting my butt kicked. Again, I only have 1 healer, and then I'm gonna, healer's in the second spot. In case they hit the front too, he has more stamina, so he can take a hit. So this is a little risky. I do have a self-heal. No, it's not a self-heal. I have a heal weakest on my weapon, and I have a heal weakest pet. So that should help me significantly. It is fairly challenging to do the trials tier that is the same tier that you're in currently. I have all epic quality 7 gear in every slot. The stats aren't optimal, the bonuses aren't optimal. Nothing really special there. I don't like my DPS, I don't like my tank accessory. Not a big fan of that one right now. It's just kind of a bunch of random bonuses. So I do think there are some epics that are better than my legendary right now, but it's getting the job done. I want to wait until they have some sort of best in slot optimal tank accessory or equipment is what they're calling it now. So I do want to wait until I've got that going on. There's some cool fams to see in here. When you're in trials, I do believe you get to fight against fusions. So that's pretty cool. I think that's Geek, or at least that's the fam that goes into Geek. That's kind of cool in here. You can see the DPS meter over there. So Final Mech is doing tons of work. Moon is right behind him. They kind of flip-flop back and forth on who's on the DPS meter, so we get to see that. Do not use the claw weapon. Oh, so in Tier 8, there is a new weapon, and the 0 SP attack had like a 5-second delay kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see. That's why I'm using the spear right now. But there you go. Look at that. I like the animations. It's great. One of the, a lot of players obviously like being able to turn animations off previously because, it speeds things up. But I'm telling you, you're really missing something from the game if you don't get to see the animations. Look at all that damage. Goodness gracious. I'd really like to auto this, but we'll see. There we go. Pioneer with the heals. I do not know if heals are shown on the DPS chart, but I would really like if they were. Either just add it to the damage or, see now Moonlight's in front of Final Mech, so they kind of go back and forth. But yeah, add it to the damage or have a separate meter or something like that. Trials is cool because you get to see a lot of familiars that you haven't gotten to see before. It's just a really big variety, like these brain guys. I don't think I've seen them in the campaign, but it's possible I could have. Most of my campaign, except for like the flag 11, the final flag, has pretty much been auto so far, just because getting epics is not too difficult. But here we go, boys. Look at that. So again, we are using Pioneer. It's my first legendary. In the next video, if I'm able to do another one, I want to put up Pharaoh. I want to put Pharaoh up, and let's see what else. I'm leaning towards Deity. There is not a legendary tank that I'm really interested in right now. Since there are no augments to further boost the stats on your fusions, you know, a legendary is going to have 60% block. And 60% block is better than me right now, but if we start talking towards endgame, 60% block is 40% chance to just take a full hit and just get shreked in the face, and there's really no way to increase that. I hope. There you go. I think that's my pet. And then there's my weapons, heal weakest. I was getting pretty close. I thought I might have to throw a heal in there, but AI is doing just fine. There we go, boys. Look at that. Dude, it's been a while. I don't know. I was really apprehensive to make videos because I miss, putting up videos in 1440p, nice resolution, a little bit of editing, add a little stinger to the front, get the music going, all that. But honestly, desperate times call for desperate measures and all that good jazz. And I think what you guys need right now is Bit Legends videos. I'm telling you. The chance of me streaming is pretty much zero. The Wi-Fi here out of the country is not the best. We've been having a ton of storms come through. With the exception of like today and I think yesterday, we've had power out. Not for a long time, but it's just unstable enough to do it. And I don't even know if my laptop could hang streaming. But, the future will come. It'll happen. We'll get there. Look at these little guys right there. I think I've seen that fusion. But again, it's kind of cool with trials. You get a lot more variety in the enemies that you face because you're fighting fusions and not just the precursor familiar. So I like it. But so as far as suggestions, since this is going to be a little bit of a longer run, I would say when players start off, they want to go for Geek. Geek is a 30% block blue fusion, pretty easy to make. You can make them in like the first 1 or 2 dungeons, maybe all in the first dungeon. Got a lot of stamina, 30% block. He will take you at least to zone 3. A lot of players have actually used him further. If you're a DPS and whatnot, I went tank, so I didn't really worry about Geek, even though I do have him. And then Fairy, I think you can get Fairy in zone 1, maybe zone 2. Fairy is a really good healer. He's got a damage bonus. He was always top of my chart. So Geek and Fairy should get you pretty far. Just fill in whatever. As soon as you're hitting in a raid 1, by the time you're in raid 1, you should grab a couple epics out of the raid, just using gold. Don't use gems on them. And just throw them on the team and just get as far as you can get. And then, just start looking into fusions. Again, look in the Discord. We put up the entire talent page. So if you're a bounty hunter and you want to see what Kung Fu has, or if you're Kung Fu master, you want to see what bounty hunter has, you can look around. I really do like bounty hunter. I have not really looked into Kung Fu, so I don't want to overstep too much. But bounty hunter, if you want to be a tank, it offers damage reduction, it offers block, it offers more damage reduction. I think you can get a little bit of dodge in there if you want. But what's really exciting about it is you have talents that will give you SP when you get hit, so that's very valuable. You can self-sustain yourself. That's always been effective. And then again, block, if you're trying to cap block, now you've got another option. You can get block from an accessory, you can get it from your gear, you can get it from your chips, and now you can get it from your talent, also your mount as well. So that's going to make capping block a lot easier, and it's looking like block is the leader. We do not know right now if damage reduction is GIMP against different damage types. We don't even know if different damage types really matter. Right now it doesn't look like they really do, but more info on that. And you can always look in the questions channel in the Discord and see if there's been any updates there. As far as iOS, it has been said that the game is aiming to get back on iOS around June, I believe, June, July, something like that. So that is a tentative guideline. They're trying to bring it there. If you are playing the game and you have an iPhone, you want to sync using Facebook. If you sync through Facebook, when it gets on iOS in the future, it should be, oh, I've seen this boss before. This boss just blows people up. We might die here. Oh, the red guy. I'm going to manual this just to keep an eye on things, stay healthy. We'll do auto and manual. Somebody in chat said they fought this guy and he just one-shot their entire team, so I'm going to pay attention. But anyways, if you are on iOS, the first thing you should do is get a new phone and not use iPhone. But other than that, let's use a target heal. Look at that. A little bit autopilot so I can talk. But yeah, link your account through Facebook. Don't link it through Google. Apparently, when they come on iOS, you got to do it that way. Who knows why? But that's what the devs told somebody, and somebody told me. It's, word on the street. It's a grapevine. What else? So, like I said, we got the talents up there. I might do a video talking about talents, but I really said, oh, please don't kill me. I don't think you can use potions in this mode. We only have one healer. I'm actually going to swap to be super safe. Hopefully, I don't get hit in the face with attack furthest. What is this? Target enemy. And what is this? All enemies. I can't see the far one because it's not lit up. Let's just save some SP in him. Holy smokes. What's this? Target enemy. And then what's this? Random enemy. Let's do the random big damage. Yeah, it's okay. All right, so he took a couple hits. And let's go back. Is this random? That's all enemies. That might be a mistake. I don't know. Sleepy. Boom, look at that heal. And then he's going to do his heal all. I think we can go back on autopilot for a second. Nope. Holy. That was the attack I told you guys about. We might lose this one. Oh, goodness. Let's put him back at the front because he's right about to do a self-heal. And then I really need Pioneer to just do some crazy craziness. Oh, I really hope that didn't kill the first one. Oh no. If anybody dies, I'd rather it be him than be my actual character. So Iron did his job. I'm going to put Pioneer in the back slot in case there's an attack front too. That was probably the wrong skill to use there. So boom, I'll kill him. And that's attack random. Yes! Moon. His name is Moon something. Boom. Oh. Alright, we still have our healer. As far as I know right now, you cannot swap your team when you're out of combat, which is unfortunate. You also can, oh, there's the last one too. So you can't swap your team when you're out of combat, and you can't potion your team while you're out of combat. We are suggesting to the devs that they make it so that we can have our user interface while we're in combat, and we can have chat and things like that. But, whatever. There we go. We did it. Boom. This video has been long enough. I appreciate you guys for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video.